Hey guys, so this month is Black History Month and I love it. My newsfeed is full of nice stories, nice articles about many people out there that are doing amazing things, Black creators, Black historians, politicians, and I want to do my bit here in Black History Month as a Black creator to hopefully share with you guys some of the creators and some of the people that I admire out there that are also Black and are also doing amazing things for animation or otherwise. So without further ado, let's get started with this episode. So for those that don't know me, my name is Harvey Newman and I like to share my passion for game development, animation here in this channel with all of you. Now, for this video, I would like to share with you some of the creators that I watch the most. So some of you probably don't know this, but I started YouTube because I realized myself that I was spending the most time on the internet watching YouTube. And I thought, if I enjoy watching YouTube as much as I do, then I think as a creator, I'll probably be right at home trying to create content for a platform that I already love. Now, through my search, through my journey to actually get to be a Black creator in this platform, I found many other Black creators, and I also found creators that are outside of YouTube, but they also have a platform that allows them to kind of share the knowledge. Now, for me personally, I enjoy the creators that are trying to share an idea or share some knowledge or maybe try to instill a certain ideal into people, right? So it doesn't matter if it's finance or how to create a YouTube channel or, I don't know, lifestyle, whatever it is, having this idea that somebody sharing their knowledge with the community in order for the betterment of the community is really cool to me. This is why I created this channel, and hopefully you guys see that value here in this channel when it comes to animation and games development, right? So I cannot actually go ahead without me expressing my love for the YouTube initiatives that they have right now for everything to do with Black community. So they have YouTube Black, for those that don't know, which is actually basically a YouTube that actually is centric for the Black community, just like YouTube Game or YouTube TV. So you have YouTube Black as well. If you don't know, go and check it out. Now, a subsection of that YouTube Black is basically the YouTube Black Creators Fund. Actually goes off and finds really amazing creators, Black creators that are doing amazing things in different fields. And then they give them a grant, money, to actually go ahead and focus on their passion, right? On this YouTube thing. And that to me is absolutely beautiful because I know that a lot of us, including myself, start this as a side gig. Basically, you have a full-time job and then you start doing this thing. And then you kind of hope that one day, you will get to do it full-time, all the time, and you get to live the dream, right? Now, having a grant, having a fund that actually allows you to kind of like get started by the year that you want, by the office, perhaps kind of like rent out a place or go somewhere that you like and fulfill your dreams, is a massive boost for you to actually kind of like start your career on YouTube. So massive kudos to YouTube for kind of like pushing Black creators towards the community, right? Towards the YouTube community, because it's needed in order for us to kind of like excel at what we do. Now, unfortunately, even though YouTube, Google is actually doing all this push for Black creators to be more exposed out there, I still think that for the most part, YouTube, when it comes to big YouTube creators, 9 times out of 10, they are white. And I think that if you were to really think with me right now about the YouTubers that you like a lot, the YouTubers that you know out there that are super massive, you'll probably be able to name 1 or 2 that are Black. Most likely KSI or Marques Brownlee, MKBHD, because there's not much more out there. But that is from the perspective of somebody that perhaps is not embedded in that community. For people like myself, like we know of a lot of YouTube creators, Black YouTube creators that are really known, that are really amazing to us, and it's really cool. So I think that there needs to be a little bit of exposure from a small niche community on YouTube to be a little bit more of a like mass market situation that everyone can see these amazing Black creators that are out there creating amazing content. So with all that being said, I would like to share my top 10 Black creators online, YouTube or otherwise, that I think you guys should check it out, right? So I'm gonna start out with a very good friend. We used to hang out way back in the day when people were not so busy, when we were not so busy, which is Michel Morgan. So Michel is a really proficient animator. He has worked in studios such as Aardman and many VFX studios such as Weta Digital and all that. And he has been around the world, sharing basically his talent first. But nowadays he spends a lot of his time on LinkedIn actually sharing nuggets of knowledge. And basically he shares like these short written pieces that basically give you a lot of food for thought. And this goes for everybody, it's not Black specific, but it gives you a lot of food for thought. Doesn't matter if you're an animator, an artist, professional, and it kind of like shares the world from his perspective in written form. And he's a really good writer. So if you guys find the time, I'm going to drop a link down below, and then go and follow Michel Morgan on LinkedIn. I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy his posts a lot. The second creator that I like to focus on is Aaron McGriff. Aaron is an animator at Pixar, and recently he started a animation course that he calls a CG Riff, and he has been showing or showcasing the work that he has done with his students. But on top of that, he actually shares a lot of interesting animation content. Now, Aaron is incredibly humble, and I actually have seen him only from his feeds and the posts that he shares. But from what I've seen and the love and the passion that he has for animation, from the clips that he shares from his school, from his course, I can tell that Aaron is incredibly passionate and it's in it for the long run. And that's really important to me. And I feel like Aaron is in that path of the animator that actually built his own business and eventually takes off and focuses only on helping people. So go to LinkedIn and follow Aaron McGriff, cool guy and deserves a follow. Now, talking about animation-specific content creators, I would like to share with you guys Jerome Blake. Now, Jerome has created his Advanced Animation Academy, and he is also in the same vein as my channel, for example, where he's trying to share his knowledge for animation with others via his academy. A really humble, very cool guy that actually has a lot to give to the animation community. So go and check out his YouTube channel and also sign up for his course if you're looking for animation lessons. I think you have a lot to learn. Jerome has worked in quite a few AAA titles and he knows what he's talking about. Now, next in animation is this channel that I came across just recently called 9 Degrees. Now, 9 Degrees creates this 2D animation shorts for YouTube, and they also have other content in their channel, but it's the 2D animation shorts that actually really got me going and laughing at their content. It's really well put together. It's basically akin to Creature Comforts, if you guys are familiar with that from Aardman Animations, where they just kind of like interview people or friends or talk with their friends, record their friends, and then they make a little animation snippets out of that conversations. And it sounds really entertaining to me, and it kind of warms the heart a little bit to actually hear the stories and just have a good laugh about animation. Animation is incredibly simple but very effective. So go and follow 9 Degrees if you like to actually have a bit of a laugh and enjoy really good but effective animation. I'd like to share some creators that are not animation specific but more on the general knowledge, but also equally as entertaining and as talented as the people that I mentioned before. Now, the very first off is a friend that I actually made as of recent called Mr Midas. I had an interview in his channel. Go and check it out if you haven't so far. And Mr Midas is a very humble guy. He reminds me of friends that I have back in London, and he is incredibly open and passionate about his love for games, right? And the love you can see, or the way he talks, the way he actually expresses himself, that he's all in into games. And this is what I appreciated the most about him. He's a gamer through and through, and this is why we had that interview. So after the interview, Mr. Midas and I continue talking, and now, I feel like we're good friends. But Mr. Midas is an incredibly cool guy, His channel is up and coming at this point, so definitely give him a subscribe because his channel is very entertaining. The way he plays games, streams games, is also very entertaining. He has a very good way about himself. He's a presenter after all, right? So you can tell there's a certain flow to his cadence, to how he delivers content, and he's very professional and entertaining at the same time. So go follow Mr. Midas, it's definitely deserved. Now this one is a big one because I learned a lot from this channel as I was putting together my channel. So it's Roberto Blake, and Roberto Blake, it's actually a really like, he's been on YouTube for a very long time. He has like 500,000 subscribers, and his growth, obviously, even though it's not the fastest growth, but his content is incredibly consistent. And that is one of the things that I appreciated the most about his channel, is the fact that, like, no matter what happens, he's true to himself and he knows exactly what his channel is about, and he keeps it consistent every single week, every single month, as he's actually building his following. And his channel is all about YouTube and how can you actually make better YouTube videos, how can you actually become a YouTuber, how to actually work the algorithm, things of that nature. That I think for us, coming from a black person, being a black person, kind of resonates a little bit better, right? So this is why I watched his channel so much before I started my own channel. So give him a follow, because Roberto Blake is definitely one of those guys that you should have in your playlist all the time if you intend to have a YouTube channel at some point. Keep it on the side, watch it whenever you can, because eventually you will start sipping in the information, and then the next thing you know is that you're ready to start your own YouTube channel. You have your gear, you bought little things here and there, and now you just have to talk to the camera like I'm doing right now and get things started. And next we have a channel that is about financing, because financing, I think, is incredibly important for everybody, including myself. I'm still learning about new things, and there's this channel called The Humble Penny by a husband and a wife, and they are very thorough in their explanations about how to actually go about savings, investing, how to actually deal with the mortgage crisis that is going on right now. And they keep things updated very evenly as well. And they are very good and humble. They come across as very good and humble. It's almost like they are your best friends when it comes to finance. So I really like their energy. I like the grind that they actually have on the background. I like the fact that they started by having this as a side hustle, just like myself, and eventually transitioned into having a full-time business. And they even explain exactly how they go about their day-to-day business as a husband and wife with kids, which once again was very empowering to me, because once again I have kids and I have a wife. So I had to actually find out that, you know, it's actually doable from their perspective and others, obviously. So I could actually do it myself, and I could take that big step to become, you know, independent and focus on my videos and focus on my YouTube that I'm doing right now. So I feel incredibly blessed, but definitely The Humble Penny was a channel that, even though they probably don't know, but it was very instrumental to my change from being a games developer to now being a YouTuber, right? So give them a follow. And last but not least, most likely one of the YouTubers that is more influential around the world, one of the YouTubers that is more influential to me personally, which is Marques Brownlee, MKBHD. You know, what can be said about MKBHD that hasn't been said, but this guy is absolutely amazing. The way he goes about his work, his grind, the professionalism, the fact that he keeps pushing boundaries, the fact that everybody's kind of copying his style of editing, of delivering content, of consistency. He's basically the top person when it comes to tech reviews, and that is really commendable for somebody that actually started from so young, somebody that works so hard, somebody that has built a business, a multi-million-dollar business out of YouTube, somebody that people look up to, even like the big YouTubers that are even bigger than him, on how to actually make content consistent and how to build a business out of this YouTube thing. It's actually incredibly inspiring, and I think that if you don't know about MKBHD, I'm pretty sure you guys know because he's always on the front page of YouTube, but if you don't know him, then definitely click the link down below and then go ahead and subscribe to his channel. You will not regret it. He's absolutely amazing. So this are my 10 creators that I think that you should definitely go ahead, either follow, subscribe, like. I think they actually will give a lot of interesting content for you to consume on a day-to-day basis online. Subscribe to people that have meaning, have a certain meaning in your life, right? Like they can give you something back. So even if you're actually scrolling through YouTube and you don't know exactly what to watch next, you just click on a thumbnail because it's interesting, it's of somebody that gives you a little bit more of a meaning towards your future, to whatever you want to achieve, right? And that's how I like to structure my YouTube viewing playlist, right? What's suggested to me is normally some of these things that I suggested to you guys, and when I watch them, I get either inspired, or I get a new idea, or I have a new piece of content that I didn't have before that allows me to then, for example, invest better, right? So give it a click, check the links down below, and if this was of interest to you in any ways, consider subscribing, pressing the like button, you know what I mean? Drop a comment down below as well. Tell me, what are your best Black creators? What are the creators that you follow? Because I'm looking to follow way more people. I follow more people than these, obviously, but I want to follow even more. So if you know of a Black creator that you really enjoy, right? Definitely drop a link down below. I will 100% click on it. I will 100% check it out. If you're a Black creator yourself and you have a small YouTube channel, then share your YouTube channel with me as well. Drop a link down below. Let me know who you are, what you do, and I'll definitely check them out as well. That's all I have for you guys. Before going away, shout out to my Patreon, shout out to everybody that actually has been supporting me every single month with their hard-earned money. If you want to check out my Patreon, if you like what I do, then go ahead and head over to my Patreon. I have lots of perks, and I look forward to seeing you guys there. See you guys next week. I hope you guys have a great one. And until then, stay well, stay safe. Peace.